I just want to know that as I'm speaking to you right now, I think you in the last call you told me to kind of like look into the course. If you remember, you told me that I asked for you for the course navigator stuff, and then you just tell me that you need to go over here and then there. So kind of like I'm certainly finishing the course that you recommend me, like the premium one. I think that was it. That was the name of it. So I'm currently in the last videos, and I'm just finishing it, and I know how to kind of like research the niche and all kind of stuff. So, so can you give me some tips and tricks to kind of like with my shorts experience? Because sometimes I think that YouTube automation is a good way to succeed, but since I have already captured the shorts market, I can like go into shorts more deeply rather than
Mm.
starting a new product. And what are your thoughts on that?
What I would do in your case,
Yeah.
if you have some channels running, I would see if it's possible to replicate the channels you have right now. So I don't know, like the gaming channel you make the content for, right? And you are good at that game and make it. Are the other, if the other channels are like this too, then you either have to find a way how you can maximize your output for all these channels and shorts, but then you will
Okay.
have to put in more time yourself, or you want to find niches or topics or games that you can hire people for and then outsource it. So just like with YouTube automation, where you source a script writer, video editor, voice artist, thumbnail artist, maybe you can see if you literally hire a virtual assistant that plays the game that you also are playing, and then have him make the content and upload it to channels. And this way you like horizontally scale your shorts channels with maybe different games or maybe the same game. So you just get more sources of cash flow and income that you can scale up. And then you just hire someone to do that. And then you free up your time. And this way you can expand it.
Okay, I got your point. But the thing is that I have four channels at the moment. So if I like, I cannot automate three, as I've told you before, because if I teach them everything I know for
Mm-hmm.
at least 1 month, they're gonna put the content that I can create. Okay, if I find a person who is good at the game, and then I can teach him the camera physics and then camera technology and camera tricks that I use to create that content,
Mm-hmm.
for 1 month, I think he's gonna work for me. For the second one, he will have his own channels at the moment. So that's why I'm kind of like in a situation where I can automate those three channels. But the other channel that I was talking about that is generating like 10 million views and then $1,000, that channel could be automated because I can hire an editor for it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the main job is to kind of like look at the good sound pages that are working and then giving the editor the thing that I want to get created, and then then the editor can pull a good
Yeah.
video for me at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can do that for one channel.
Yeah. So I think like what you just said, that you're scared if you teach someone to work for you and do that and run the channel or make the content, he's gonna run off. Yes, that's possible. But if like because anyone in any business can do this, right?
Yes.
If I hire a video editors or scriptwriters, they can also do this. So as long as you pay them enough and it makes sense, then they will stick with you. But you will have to, it has to be fair for him too in a way.
Yes.
So you gotta just
Yes.
pay him good, treat him well, and then they probably like it can always happen, but they probably won't run away with your IDs or your stuff. But I would
Yeah.
just really think about how can you systemize and automate the content production and scaling up the channels. And then yeah, then you can scale up to multiple channels, free up your time. But also if you think about it takes you like 30 to 40 minutes to like make 1 week worth of content. You can also just first try to go all in on this, scaling up
Okay.
your channels yourself and making more channels until your cash flow hits like what is it, like 2 3 4K a month, and then you
Okay.
can start expanding too, right?
Okay. Yeah. I understand your point. I get your point, and I'll try my best to kind of like do this stuff. But I have one question. Like, do you since currently I'm 21 at the moment. Okay, I'm good at my age. I'm 21, and I don't do any kind of job stuff, and I don't go to any job. My complete day is free. Okay, so what I do is basically like put like 1.5 hour for one content, and then I have my brother like who's doing the other content for me. So if you can say like I only utilize 2 hours of my day to
Mm-hmm.
get this kind of results. Okay, so I
Yeah.
currently do have time to kind of like
Mm-hmm.
pull forward into YouTube automation and put up my time. So what do you think? Is it best to kind of like start a YouTube automation channel because I'm a good editor as well? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing editing for like 2 years. and I've given my services to the as a freelancer to, I think, a YouTube automation expert as well. I don't know if you know him. He's Chris. Basically, he's from Australia. He runs 250 channels at the moment they're speaking.
Mhm.
So I followed him up. But the thing is that editing, and then after that, I got into web design stuff, and I
Mhm.
learned that, and I make money from through it. But now I'm into YouTube. So what do you think? Is it good for me to kind of like first have the revenue and then start my YouTube automation channel? Or is it is it best for me that since I have time, I should first start a channel, do
Mhm.
all the stuff by myself, so I can learn everything that is inside the market as I've done for shorts, and then I should like start scaling
Yeah.
up the
I
channels.
would
What do you
I would always double down on what works for you. So if this short strategy is working for you and you spend 2 hours a day on it and you have another 8 hours in the day left to work, or like 6 hours left in the day to work, just do 3 or 4 times as much and just put in the work for the coming months and see where you can get. If you can work 4 times as much right now, like just think about the results you can achieve if you do that for 1 or 2 or 3 months. Yeah, right. So I would just keep on doing what you're doing
Okay.
now, but just do it more, scale up your cash flow, and then you can see, do I want to
Yeah.
like outsource this and scale this up? Do I want to start my own YouTube automation channels? But running your own channel and creating your own content, doing like a script and especially video editing, that can take a long time and results are not always guaranteed, right? If you have something working
Yes.
with the shorts right now, I would really focus on that first and scale that up and see how you can systemize and
Okay.
automate that. Because if it's
Okay.
easier to build on momentum than to start from scratch. That's like with almost anything.
Okay, okay, okay. So Casper, can you tell me one thing? When you started YouTube automation, do you like start it by yourself or did you hire a team at the first place?
I mixed it up like when I started, well, like 1.5 years ago. I used to like often do scripts and voiceovers myself, but I always would hire editors to make my video edits because I usually work on a MacBook Air. Like I don't have a strong computer to edit videos. I don't know how to edit videos. Like I'm not a video editor, and I never tried learning it. So I always outsource that part. But thumbnail scripts, voiceovers, these are pretty easy to learn yourself and to do. So you can do that yourself, I would say. And
Okay,
definitely with the come up of AI this year, you can do scripts and voiceovers
okay,
with AI. Yeah.
okay, okay, okay.